Welcome to 𝐂𝐓𝐇𝐄𝐑𝐄𝐔. We talk about investing, finance, and professional development. As the current time of 9:38 a.m. on Eastern Time on July 18th on Monday, the overall market is bright green as of this Monday morning so far. On the equity side, we're up about 1.25% across the spectrum, while the VIX is still kind of spiking up a little bit at 1.77% so far. While on the crypto side, we are across the spectrum up about 10% if you spread that out evenly. And with respect to what's driving this market to be booming up today, as you know, we are getting a collective earning results from financial institutions, consumer companies, airline companies, etc., depicting on the consumer slash corporate spending activities. And with respect to Goldman Sachs and Bank of America, which have reported earnings, and these articles came out literally like 10 minutes ago. Obviously, the market just opened. It seems like both Goldman and Bank of America have crushed Wall Street expectation due to the strong bond trading results. And also with respect to Bank of America as well, revenue top expectation just as much as lender benefit from higher interest rates. Right, obviously their banks, these respective banks provide leverage for corporate companies. So when they are able to charge higher rates, for depending on their diversification of their client pool, it drive an uptick on the financial sector. And with respect to some other news that I'm also seeing, it seems like Delta is going to make a relatively sizable purchase. So they're working on a contract with Boeing onto purchasing 100 Boeing Max planes. And I'm guessing they're able to do that because they do have a large cash reserve if you look into the balance sheets, but also at the same time at a discount rate, right? Knowing the fact that Boeing, the stock has not been doing so well. So for Delta to be able to contractually come up with something that is probably more favorable in comparisons to when you're buying at a relatively higher premium compared to like when it's normal times, it makes sense economically. And then I'm also seeing with respect to Joe Biden's administration, Biden's economic approval rating has fallen to a new low on the fear about inflation. And I don't know if you saw the I was like looking at like one of those funny YouTube channel, and there was a video, and also on Fox News as well. So it's like kind of a mixed bag, making fun of Joe Biden. That seems like Joe Biden's son, his iPhone got hacked, and in the videos, I mean it's private videos, right? It seems like Joe Biden's son lives in New York City, or at least in tri-state area, and he was basically buying 3 prostitutes, and also buying them I believe the Amtrak tickets, like the train tickets, to be commuting from New Jersey to New York to be in his hotel, which he's paying like $700 a night for. So quite lavish, right? And he also in other snapshots in the iPhone video leaks, you also saw that there was like a plate of cocaine, that he was and he was like also talking about like how many grams it is, and things like that. So and then like the reason this like got blown up is because obviously the phone got hacked, but also because one journalist, during a town hall meeting that Joe Biden was hosting, he just like abruptly spoke out and it's like, hey, what do you think about your son, recent scandal around like prostitution to, cocaine and stuff like that, knowing the fact that his dad, Joe Biden, has been, doing that, fighting for that cause, basically bulk of his career so far, right? So let's just dive right into the technical. So right now, the push that we're seeing across the spectrum, in addition to obviously the crypto Ethereum merge states that has been percolating on the media spectrum, is also being driven by the Wall Street expectations for the bank stocks, right? Which with a propelling increase of debt bond trading results drive the upward surge from there, right? So, but today is one of those, like, obviously we have 5 days in a week. We're gonna hear more volatile affectation going forward. So today is just one of those days, but I wouldn't be too happy yet. Ultimately, we are relatively stretched up in the near term. So let's just dive right into the technical. Respective recording time of 9:44 a.m. on the Eastern time. You can see that we have broke through the 1450 as of this morning, and as the bank results came out, we are trying to get up to the next level of 1550. Right now we're quite elongated, right, at the 65 out of 70, so 70 would technically be very overbought. And at the same time right now we are looking for some sort of apex to be formed. So it seems like the apex can be formed anytime soon now. Seems like my phone is like blowing up for some reason. Um, Apologies. Still Monday morning, so try to get my coffee. Still, like, I haven't really had breakfast yet. So yeah, as we reach to a higher level, the likelihood of actually coming down, as we obviously approach closer to the FOMC meeting, which is going to be laying around next week, is more logical, right? So that's why you never want to time the market, because like you never know what's the macro dynamics going to look like on a day-to-day basis, but you always buy based on the setup, right? And I think the setup right now is not the most ideal for you to get in, right? Especially on the short term, right? Knowing the fact you're quite dragged up and also very, very dragged up on the R side right now, right? And also on a weekly, it's showing an opposite story. It shows that like weeks out, we should technically rebound relatively nicely. And at the same time, we are at the 30 out of 70. So weekly and also monthly are quite bullish actually. But daily is still, it needs to kind of come down first and then come back up. Just a more of a normalized type of cadence going forward, right? And then Bitcoin is also surging, meeting with the next resistance level, which is quite substantive, right? At $22,000 at the 55 out of 70, quite dragged up at the moment. So looking for an apex anytime soon, and I think we are pretty much it. I think like us like breaching this mega red candle right here, quite tough, right? But weeks out and months out again, right? There's a high probability, right? Because of the cross section upward, and also like we are looking to rebound, right? And this is not just applicable to weekly, but also monthly, right? So monthly, like months and weeks out, we should technically see some bullishness, like classic. And this is mainly driven by the merge rumor, right? Or is it really a rumor, or is it like confirmatory? Like based on the scores that we have voted, right? Seems like most of you guys are just thinking this is BS news. Like September 19th is just another number they throw up in the air. I don't know if we can really follow through. We'll see, right? And with respect to the current setup right now, it's quite overbought, right? It's 76 out of 70. And also on the weekly. Weekly is forming a golden cross, so it's showing a sign of bullish pump. So ideally coming up to the next level, $25 would not be a surprise for us. Weekly as well, monthly as well. Dogecoin, I would say, yeah, Dogecoin is, quite similar, right? It's crossed up, so we're getting blocked at the moment right now. So resistance across the spectrum on Cardano as well, quite dragged up right now, with the 55 up 70 on weekly and monthly are showing quite bullish momentum as well. Solana, so daily right now it's quite fused together, so we're gonna zigzag. But right now we're getting blocked at the 42 out of 70. So ideally seeing some cool off right at the 61 out of 70 and then come back up later down weeks and months out would be more logical. XRP, I would say very comparable, right? Like right now it's crossed up at the 61 out of 70 right now, looking for some level of leap down as we get obviously getting blocked at the moment, will be more likely than going up from here. Okay. Polkadot up 8% right now, clearly getting blocked. The 54 out of 70 weekly is still not looking like the best setup, but the weekly and the monthly, again, right, quite bullish, especially we are forming a golden cross at the moment. Algorand's up 6%. Like you can see that we're crossing up right now, so this is a quite bullish bounce. But on the daily, let's see. Right, daily we still need to cross down and then cross up with the 61 out of 70 right now. Shiba Inu, quite bullish on the monthly, quite bullish on the weekly, definitely about to form the golden cross. On a daily, we're getting blocked right now, so ideally seeing some cool down a little bit, just a little bit, before we pump up would be more logical. Polygon up 20% right now. Mega Search with a 77 out of 70, very overbought. The weekly we are forming a golden cross, that's why we are pumping. Monthly as well, quite bullish. But you know, this is gonna be more of a near sight affectation. We should see some correction before then. And then lastly for AVAX, up 15%, quite bullish on the monthly. Weekly is about to pump up, you know, with this cross section upward. Daily, it's looking for some sort of a leap down. So ideally get canceled out as we, you know, hit an apex will be very logical. And I'm just checking the resistance level. We're pretty much almost there, not there completely yet. At 2450 would be the level of resistance. So it's a green Monday, which is great. Mondays are typically green, so that's great. And also triangulate with the positive banking results. Also with the merge rumor, or is it even a rumor? It's great combined with the positive news. But on a technical front, we still know that, you know, in the near term we should see some volatility. But on the weeks out, we should be very bullish from here after the FOMC meeting, ideally. Well, appreciate you. Have a good rest of the day. It's a good day already, and let me know how it goes. Take care. Bye.